Every Stardew Valley player has at one time or another thought about which villager is the best. Maybe you're adventurous and you like Abigail. Maybe you're edgy and you like Sebastian. Maybe you're literally anybody and you like Krobus. But what a lot of people don't talk about is the villager that they hate the most, which is why I created a bracket with every giftable NPC, except Krobus and Evelyn because everybody loves them, to determine one matchup at a time who is objectively the worst villager. First up is Robin versus Lil Vincent. I don't even think that I need to say anything. I think everyone knows my opinion of this. I think Vincent deserves death. I have, on a previous farm, put him 1,000,000 units to the right and forced him to spawn in the void every day. He is the epitome of everything that is bad, and I think that he is the obvious choice for this poll. So here's the deal. I'm gonna post a poll. You guys are gonna vote, and you need at least 60% of you to agree on who somebody is. If you guys are less than 60-40, I make the choice. All right, we can't let Z choose. Exactly. If it's close, you may have to vote for the other person lest you give me the ability to choose. That is what I like to see. We bicker, we argue sometimes. You did good this time. Next up is Emily versus Demetrius. Now, I think that Emily is, I think the only thing that's a little off about her is she's a little too into gems for my taste. Demetrius, I think, is a robot, and I don't know, I've never quite liked him. I've never quite liked Demetrius. Something just doesn't sit right with me and him. I don't know what it is. Okay, someone in the chat just says Demetrius is an L father. That feels a little mean to Demetrius. I think he's just generally kind of a little weird, a little bit of a spaz, and for that, I hate him more than Emily. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, ooh, I'm glad we're not dealing with real people, because a 90% majority just feels like actual cyberbullying. Demetrius, you move on. Okay, next up is Sandy versus Penny. Penny is honestly probably one of the most beloved people in this entire game, but honestly, I don't know, Sandy's so cool. I think I like Sandy more than Penny. Penny is nothing to me. Penny does nothing. The only thing I even know about Penny is that she tutors Vincent, and for that, I do hate her a little bit. Sandy's like cool and mysterious, and I want to be her friend. Even though I'm still at 0 hearts with her on her perfection farm, I do want to be her friend. My vote is for Penny, but I have a feeling I'm in the minority here. Okay, so you guys actually are voting Penny right here. Wow, unbelievable. So you did not get the 60% majority, but I make the decision and I choose Penny. Penny is worse than Sandy. What an upset. I actually can't believe that. I thought for sure the Penny lovers out there would have carried her on to the next round. Next up, we have Kent versus Linus. Do I have to say anything here? I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to see what the people think. All right, how much do the people love their trash man? Oh God, honestly embarrassing. Dude, that's a L for Kent. That's a fat L. Next up is Willy versus Caroline. Okay, I don't feel anything particularly strong for Willy. I think that Caroline was the last villager whose name I learned. I am a strong believer in the idea that if Caroline was removed from Stardew Valley, nothing would change. My vote goes to Caroline for this, but let's see what you guys think. Dude, I would have a hard time believing that you guys hate Willy more than Caroline. Yeah, that's understandable. Pam versus Leah. This is one that I again feel like I'm gonna disagree with. On our perfection farm, I have max hearts with one person, and that person is the pale ale loving Pam. I don't know what it is about this woman. I just love in my mind.
She sounds like this. She's like, oh, thanks so much, Sugar Buns, for the pale ale. I really appreciate it.
I don't know what it is. I think when I first started playing Stardew Valley, one of my friends from real life said that you can give Pam alcohol as a loved gift. And I was like, that's cool. And he was like, I always give it to her right before I get on the bus to warm her up. And ever since then, I've made it a habit to warm Pam up before I get on the bus. And I think that's why she's the only person I've like actually been able to maintain a relationship with. I actually think Pam is my favorite villager in all of Stardew Valley. If I click results right now, and Pam is still in this competition, you guys have let me down. Tasteless. I can understand her losing to Leah, but when we circle back here, If she loses to Caroline, I am going to lose my beans. Next up is Mayor Lewis or Alex. Mayor Lewis, I know for a fact, is one of the most hated people in Stardew Valley. For a lot of people, it's like Pierre, Lewis. I hate Alex. I hate him so much. He is stupid. He is unattractive. He is dumb. I already said that. And he's worthless also. He's so hard to please. And again, another character that I feel like if you removed him from Stardew, nothing would change. I feel like Alex is getting a blessed bracket right now, that he doesn't actually have to own up to being a bad villager because he's against Lewis. All right, let's find out. Please show me Alex here, please. Again, guys, Lewis is not that bad. When I connected the dots in my brain that Lewis's shorts were in Marnie's room because they had a little fling-a-ling going on, that was one of the craziest moments of my Stardew experience. And you guys have voted him as the worst. Unbelievable. Okay, up next we have Maru versus Lewis's other half. This is the toughest one so far. Because on one hand, Marnie, stereotypically never working her store, actually like gets in the way of progress in Stardew Valley. Maru has no personality and is boring. I feel like I hate Maru more than Marnie. Marnie has let me down so many times that, oh, this is tough. I'm gonna put it to you guys and just hope that it's not a 50-50 because I don't want to decide this one. Okay, please just don't be less than a 60-40 split. Oh my god, 59.94%. Someone please vote for Marnie. We will advance Marnie as the worst person. To the right side, we've got Shane V Sebastian. I am going to bite my tongue for this, and I'm going to trust you guys to make the very obvious decision as to which of these two people is worse. I would like to remind you guys that being a broken person is not cause for celebration. I think that maybe that they are a worse person if... I don't even know where I'm going with that. I hate Shane. I hate him so much. Please. That's my people right there, dude. Shane is moving on as one of the worst people. Thank you. I feel like this is a matchup of the two best people with facial hair. The two best facial hairers in the game. We've got Gus. We've got Clint. Here's about to be the craziest thing I've ever said. I feel like Clint and Gus are the same person, but they are victims of the butterfly effect. I think once, long ago, in Stardew Valley, there was a young person named Clint who was faced with a decision to make. And the one that made the fun decision turned into Gus, and the one that made the boring, safe decision turned into Clint. If I click on results here, and this is anything other than Clint, we're gonna have a talking to with the chat. Oh god, that's embarrassing. Oh, that's embarrassing. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get 300 people to agree at this capacity on anything? I want to try something. Real quick. Here's another poll. I want you guys to answer. Is murder bad? Yes or no? Over 95% of you agreed that Clint is the worst villager out of these two. Can we get at least 95% of people to agree on whether murder is bad? Clint, you move on. Oh, Clint, click. Whoa, Clint, where are you going, homie? Back it up. Ah, stop. How do I undo? No. Oh my God. I have a feeling that was foreshadowing. Next up is Abigail versus Leo. Abigail is the only person I have ever married in Stardew Valley in an actual playthrough. Leo is a dirty child who was raised by parrots and is ungrateful for everything that has ever been brought into his life. Please, make this one less than 60-40. Give me the chance to strike Leo down personally. Abigail, the beauty of my eye. Surely you don't fall victim to Leo. Oh my God. My waifu. Next up is Elliot versus the Wizard. I think that the Wizard is the coolest, most gangster person in all of the Valley, and I think that Elliot is a self-absorbed piece of garbage. That is my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about this either, though, because there's some serious Elliot lovers, but there's some serious Elliot haters also. Okay, you've had your chance. It is Elliot. Oh, man, okay. This I feel like Jazz is getting an easy round here. I feel like pretty much everyone hates Haley, right? I like to think of what's happening right now to Haley as karma, because the very first thing that she said to me and to so many other farmers was, "Why is there dirt on your shoes? Ew." I have an audience of people ready to strike you down and say that you are objectively the worst Stardew Valley character. That decision is going to come back to bite you in your butt. I'm about to make a lot of enemies. The only people that would ever marry Haley are the people that just value looks. The results are in. The she-devil takes it. We have the dwarf and Sam. Sam, I think, is very boring. Like, I personally don't care for him. He at least has some more personality than, like, Maru. The dwarf seems like bad and cool. Sam just seems like a normal person. But I think it won't really all that much matter because either way, they're going up against Haley next, so. Ooh, 50-50 split. I get to pick. You guys voted dwarf very slightly with 54%, but I disagree. I think the dwarf is cool and sells you bombs and plays a little hard to get in the beginning, not speaking your language. I'm bringing Sam forward to the next round. Next up, we have two people that I used to confuse for each other. Honestly, I will say that in, you know, and not be embarrassed. I used to not know the difference between Pierre and Harvey. Pierre versus Harvey. Everyone hates Pierre. I don't think it's deserved. I do not think it's deserved at all. He's misunderstood. I think he's had a hard life. I think his wife cheated on him. I think he's very stressed out because of Joja Mart. And I think he's just trying to run a good business. Harvey, on the other hand, is a little bit of a dweeb. And I think that Harvey gets on my nerves a little bit. I think that Harvey is worse than Pierre. Let's find out. Did I sway enough people? Harvey, you are not as hated as I thought you were. All right, finally, our final matchup of the first round, George versus Jody. I'm gonna say it. George is a mean old grump, but I love him. Comes from a different generation, comes from a different time. He's a little rough around the edges, but deep down he cares. Jody is incredibly boring. I think that if I was Kent, I wouldn't come home. That's the worst thing I've ever said. I'm gonna stop speaking and I'm gonna let you guys vote. Okay, let's find out. Jody or George? I hope it's Jody. Ooh, it's Jody, but it's not a majority. I'm moving Jody forward, and we are on to our next round. We've got Vincent versus Demetrius. I still think nothing has changed since the first round. I think that Vincent is the worst human that has ever graced Stardew Valley. And I think that Demetrius is just a little weird. I think Vincent moves on here. Who do you guys think, though? No, dude. Oh, my God. Demetrius. What? Oh, wait. Wait. It's very close. Guys, it is 0.75% off. Okay, we're going the wrong way. You have to let me make this decision. You're not thinking clearly. Please, I didn't vote. I didn't vote. Here, Vincent. Yes, vote. There it is. There it is. You see it. You see it right now. You see it right now. 59.87%. That's not a majority. I pick Vincent. Vincent moves on. Next is Penny versus Kent. Penny is a little bit boring and she has a little bit too much love for Vincent, but I can't blame her for that. It's her job. Kent, I think, is a part of that family. I think that it's worse to be related to Vincent than it is to just tutor him occasionally for some extra cash. All right, let's find out. It is Kent. Of course. Next up, we've got Caroline versus Pam. You guys were just straight wrong the first round, bringing Pam forward. But hopefully this time when she's up against, like, Booty Caroline, I doubt she's ever been called that before. But Booty Caroline, I think that Pam will be safe. Oh my God, are you guys really gonna carry Pam on through here? Please. It's so close. It's too close. You guys hate Pam. But guess what? It's not enough. It's not 60%, so I choose. I choose who goes on, and guess who I choose? Pam, you are safe. Caroline moves on. Right, this is a tough matchup, because you guys hate Lewis for personal reasons, right? You think he's morally a bad person. I hate Marnie because she gets in the way of me playing the video game. I would vote for Marnie here. Let's find out. Lewis. I actually really thought that would be a little bit closer. All right, you guys really hate Lewis. Oh, next up, we have an alcoholic and who is a burden to all those that enter his life, and we have the person who's awkward around girls. This is a tough matchup. Those are like the two worst things you can be as a person. Show me Shane. Show me Shane. Okay, Clint is still like pretty dweebish. But dude, you guys are insane. Abigail v. Elliot. The fight of the century. This one, I again don't really have that much to say for. It is Elliot. You guys have made me proud. It is Haley versus Sam. I think that this is, again, a very obvious one. Sam is just kind of a little boring, honestly. Haley, mean-spirited person. Haley versus Sam. It is Haley. Clear. Clear as day. Goodbye. And finally, for this round, we've got Pierre versus Jody. I feel like I don't even have to say anything for Pierre versus Jody. I feel like there is literally nothing I could say to make you guys vote for Jody over Pierre. And honestly, that's fair. I think Jody's just annoying. I don't think Pierre's as bad as you make him out to be. But, you know, I don't think there's literally anything I could say here. Yeah, okay, that's starting to get a little ugly to look at. It's like a bad car accident. I don't want to look at that for too long. Okay, we've got our final 8, our top 8 most hated people. Oh boy, we're starting our first matchup off with 2 family members. This is a very, very tough matchup. You know why? Because on one hand, you've got Vincent, but on the other hand, you've got the person who created Vincent. And I can't tell which is the worst sin. You guys have not let me down yet with Vincent. This is very, very scary to me. Thankfully, I have the power to make sure that Vincent stays in this competition. But you guys are making me nervous with that one, all right? You guys are making me very nervous. All right, next up, who is worse? Caroline versus Lewis. I feel like this is another one where it's like, it doesn't matter what I say, you guys are gonna pick Lewis no matter what. I think Caroline, again, people, realize that she is so boring. She contributes nothing to this game. Lewis is the reason that you have a farm. He's the one who knew Grandpa personally. Grandpa would vouch. All right, what's Jody do? Again, just the tea. Just the tea. That's nothing. And now, it's Lewis, of course. Clint versus Elliot as our next matchup. This is tough. I hated Elliot more early on, but I realized how much of a little spaz that Clint ends up being in the later cutscenes. I also think he charges exuberant prices for his ore. Like, it's really not that hard to get ore yourself. I think my vote would be for Clint here, but I'll let you guys decide. Clint versus Elliot. This is a toss-up. Oh, just kidding. Oh my god, how out of touch I am. I really thought that would be a close one. 80% Clint. Oh, this is a matchup. Dude, this is tough. Haley versus Pierre. Okay, this, for me, is so clearly Haley. I think your hatred of Pierre is unfounded. I really do just think that Pierre is just in a high-stress situation trying his best to run a business. Haley has no excuse. She is just a mean girl, okay? Please, think with your brain. If we looked up the quotes that Haley says, it's like, you're disgusting. Leave me alone. Why are you still talking to me? Pierre's like, I'm so sorry. I had to raise prices for year 2. Joe just put me out of business. Please, can you support my family? I don't want my daughter to go hungry. I imagine is some of the stuff that he says. Please, take pity. Take pity. You guys are fools. Fools, all of you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that Pierre is moving on right now. You guys have been getting progressively further and further away from the correct answer every time Vincent is involved. Okay? And I really fear for this because you guys hate Lewis so much. Think, please, okay? Do not look at his childish grin and mistake that for happiness, okay? That is the devil's smile. Do not fall victim to his games. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so ready for you guys to be wrong. But you've come to your senses. 80% Lewis? Oh wait. Oh, I misunderstood the poll. Oh yeah, you guys are stupid. Yeah, that's my B. That's my B. All right, whatever. You guys will just have to be wrong on that one. That's all good. This side of the bracket is not as heavy as a hitter. As heavy of a hitter. I feel like Lewis and Vincent were worse than Clint Pierre. I don't really have any quarrels with either of them. I think they're both, they could both be better people. I think Clint's a little too awkward. I think Pierre's a little too stressed. But I have a feeling that you guys are going to choose. Oh, wait, this is close. Hold on, this is close. Wait a second. It's like, it's Clint. I am shocked by this. I am shocked. One final poll to determine who is the worst person in Stardew Valley. But we've got Lewis, the potentially crooked mayor, who has a scandalous relationship with a single woman. Or Clint, the creepy, awkward guy. Who do you hate more? Let's check out the results live as they come in. Oh my god. Oh my god, in a sudden turn of events, 75% of the vote goes to Vincent! Wow, would you look at that? It's Vincent is the worst. Okay, no, I won't do that to you guys 2 times in a row. Okay. Okay, we'll do it for real now. Who is the worst villager in all of Stardew Valley? Oh my god, it's Clint. Dude, Clint with the upset. I mean, like, that is totally fair. That is totally founded, but I bet none of you would have said Clint, like, right off the rip. You would have said Lewis or Pierre, maybe Haley, maybe Vincent if you're one of the more enlightened people. But when you go through step by step and you really think about it, it's this guy right here. Thank you for your contributions to our society and to our community. I hope that this has shed some light on this very important topic for you.